Hey people of the VC, it's Andy at Cloudy Milder. This time around I am going to cover all the vinyl records in my collection from 1982. By the time this video finishes, it means I would have been halfway through the 80s, having done all of the even years so far. I think I mentioned before, I didn't quite plan it that way, but there we go. This is how it all panned out. Less in my collection from 82. Certainly the last video was 88 and there was 70 plus albums. We're around the 40 mark here, and in that 40 there are a couple of duplicates as well, different pressings. So let's dive in. As usual, I will flip the camera to the box. There's just one box this time around. They're all a bit cramped in, but we get through them in one go without having to pause and move on and all that jazz. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments what your favourites are from 1982 and what glaring omissions I've made and what glaring mistakes I have made as well. I always seem to manage to get one album in that's the wrong date at least. I wish it was by design just to check that you guys were watching, but I'm not that clever. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy it. See you again soon. 1982, Baron Rojo, volume in Brutal, Spanish traditional heavy metal. This is a great album. As I've gone backwards this time, trying to get a little bit more mystery involved in my videos. Blackfoot Highway Song Live. I'm not the biggest Blackfoot fan, but they do sound good live, I have to admit. This is a great album, and part of this is also recorded in Edinburgh, which is where I live, so it's quite cool as well. Good sort of, are they Canadian? I can't remember where they're from, but good hard rock. Another live album, Blue Oyster Cult Extraterrestrial Live. I love this period of Blue Oyster Cult. Particularly songs like Don't Fear the Reaper, Godzilla, Black Blade. Very cool stuff. Great follow-up to the debut album. This is The Unexpected Guest by Demon. New wave of British heavy metal. This is a really good album. I say not as good as the first one by any means, but still well worth checking out. Oops. Diamond Head, Living On, Borrowed Time. Actually, I had that one in backwards, actually. That's the front cover. And that's the back cover. Everybody knows Diamond Head. We've got here. Oh, this is a fantastic album. Frank Marino, Juggernaut. I thought I would buy a lot of Frank Marino after hearing this one, but I seem happy enough with just this one. If I want to fix, I'll stick on Juggernaut. This is a terrible album. This is Gamma 3. Currently going through curating my collection, should we say, and this is one that is going to be going for sure, as probably is this one. I've not shown this one any vinyl updates yet. It's been in my inbox for quite some time, but I've not been able to click with it. It seems that my dive into Gillan, and I've been enjoying diving into Gillan, has hit a stop with that one. Here we have a Live and More from Girl School. It's more of an EP really, so this here kind of makes it look like it's a picture disc, but that is the label. The rest of it is black vinyl. A 6-track EP. Screaming Blue Murder. This is a good album as well. Title tracks great. Hellraiser. I think You Got Me. I think that's the cover version on here. They always do poor cover versions. This one is, it's the same thing, but this one is the Canadian pressing. So this is the one I got as VCLT from Greg the Egg. The other one was the UK pressing I already had. Headpins, Turn It Loud. Some more VCLT I got from Greg. this is a fantastic album. They're pretty much a one and done band for me, although, you know, they do have other albums. I've picked up at least one of them since, but got rid because it was terrible. But Headpins is that one's rocking. Needs no introduction. This is my OG number of The Beast. And this is the 2014 2015 remaster reissue. Judas Priest, Screaming for Vengeance. Now this is a pretty special album in my collection. I got this as VCLT from Corey, and I remembered your channel name this time, Corey, Just Add Vinyl. And when this arrived, it was still sealed. Whoa, that's bad. Pause and cough. Yeah, it was still sealed, and I got to be the first person to open it and play it, and absolutely fantastic. I even made it. There's a video back in the distant future, probably about 5 years ago now. Some Crocus, One Vice at a Time. This was my introduction to Crocus, and the song Long Stick Goes Boom got me hooked on this period of Crocus. Anything between 79 and 83, and I'm all over it. The rest of it, nah, not so much. Okay, Magnum, Chase the Dragon. I think this might have been my intro to Magnum in the 80s as well. Certainly not as early as 82 I would have been introduced to it, but it's the album that got me hooked, I think, on collecting everything that Magnum did. You know that's Man of War, don't you? Not such a cheat by showing the backs when it's that iconic Battle Hymns. Great early Man of War, a band I would never have touched back in the day, but really like these days. One of my favourite Michael Schenker group albums, Assault Attack. This is with Graham Bonnet on vocals. I do like the first couple of albums as well, certainly the second album, but this one is one that I go back to a lot. It's got some killer tunes on here. Motley Crue, Too Fast for Love. This is my original copy from the 80s. I'm not sure if it's a first press. It probably isn't a first press. It's probably a reissue nearer sort of mid-80s that I would have got around 86 or 87 myself. But great debut album from Motley Crue. Ozzy Osbourne, Talk of the Devil. The correct English, I think you'll find. Live album. This sort of sticks out like a sore thumb. Queen, Hot Space. I did get this album nearer 1982 actually, so it was really, I got this before I'd really sort of decided on my my metal path, or I didn't really have any musical identity when I did actually get this one, but it's my original copy I had from way back when. Rainbow, Straight Between the Eyes. This is with Jolene Turner on vocals. Yes, it is. I've always liked Jolene Turner. He's a good vocalist. Bit of a poser though, eh? Raven's second album, Wiped Out. Awesome, raw, new wave of British heavy metal, that one. And this is Crash Bang Wallop, and I believe this is a purple vinyl, I think. This is an EP that was made up of leftover tracks from Wiped Out, so they go together really. The Rods, Wild Dogs, one of my favourite covers. I love that. How can you not like that cute little Cerberus? Is it Cerberus on the front? Or Kerberos? Or Kerberos? Or let me know in the comments. Samson, Before the Storm. Bruce had obviously left. You've seen him in Iron Maiden already in this video, and this is with Nicky Moore on vocals. Obviously, Paul Samson, one of those bands that could have been bigger, but it was almost like they didn't want to be, or that's certainly the impression I get from reading about them. This is a recent addition to the collection. I've got a great deal on it actually. Anything OG that comes into the banner of new wave of British heavy metal goes for a decent price these days, but I got a good deal on eBay for this one. This is Saracen, Heroes, Saints and Fools. It's not your typical heavy metal if you're expecting galloping guitars. It's not really that. It's very, very different, but it's very, very good. quite melodic and rambling in places, yeah, I really enjoy that album. Didn't think I would, but I do. A Mighty Saxon, the Eagle has landed live. Now I've got 2 copies of this. They're both UK pressings. They've both got the same catalogue number. Obviously, one's got a hype sticker on. I think I may have had one as VCLT. I can't remember. I'd have to look back at my records. I do have a record of everybody that has sent me VCLT, so if I forget, I can still go back and look. The only real difference is this one's got the home taping is Killing Music stamp on it, and a slightly different format for the address, but other than that, it's pretty much the same. So I think probably they're just probably different presses from the same year. Probably my favourite Scorpions album. It's a bit cliche, I know, but Blackout by the Scorpions. Love the cover. Love the songs, especially the title track. Great album, and I'm not that massive a Scorpions fan either. Tank released 2 albums in '82. First off, we have Power of the Hunter. Very moody new wave of British heavy metal. It's Tank, what's not to like. And a Filth Hound of Hades. And it comes with the free live single. I think that was... This whole thing was produced by Eddie Clark. It has that Motorhead vibe to it. I've actually got 2 copies of this complete with the singles. If you want to get hold of a copy of this with a single, it's bloody expensive. But if you can find a copy of the album, look for a copy of the single on eBay, Frankenstein them together, and you've got yourself a record that's probably worth twice more than you paid for it. Top tips on this channel. Twisted Sister Rough Cuts. Twisted Sister at their rawest, and this is the era that I really like of Twisted Sister. So this is a 4-track EP, followed up with Under the Blade, and this might be my favourite Twisted Sister album. I think I just love how raw and in your face it is, and it's yeah, fantastic. From my favourite Twisted Sisters to probably my least favourite, Tigers of Pang Tang, The Cage. I picked up this album at a record fair, and it only cost me a £5, but that was when a £5 was, you could get a decent album for a £5. I was so disappointed when I took it home because I liked the previous albums, and this is where they were going a lot more melodic. I mean, they had Love Potion No. 9, for goodness sake, as a cover version on here, and the rest of the album just pretty much lives up to the fact that it's got Love Potion No. 9 on it as a cover version. Not good at all. Everybody goes a bit crazy that it's got... it's not actually got John Sykes on this one, is it? No. I think he'd probably gone by then as well. But yeah, bit too melodic, bit too commercial, not my thing at all. Very few Van Halen albums in my collection. I picked this one up when I was a teenager, not knowing too much about Van Halen. Probably saw it for pretty cheap in the record store. I think it's like a compilation of mainly covers. There may be 1 or 2 Van Halen songs on there, but I'm not that familiar with it. I didn't mind it so much because I was into David Lee Roth, and this sounds a lot more like a David Lee Roth album than a Van Halen album to me. A couple of compilations. Compilations were awesome in the 80s. This is Heavy Metal Thunder, a Carrera Records compilation. And guess what bands are on here? There we go. There's a couple of tracks from each band. Maybe 3 from Saxon. But all bands that were on their label at the time. And last couple, look at that for a cover. That is awesome. That's you. I think this is an Ebony Records compilation. It is an Ebony Records compilation, and we have got on here, God, bands that I can't even remember now what they sound like. I'm gonna have to put this one on. Uncle Cyrus, Mad Avenue, Chateau, I know. Madame Guillotine, I don't know. Omen with a U, I don't know. Menace, I don't know. Trojan, Fallen Angel, Mirage, Angel Underground, Crywolf, Stranger and Emerald. The only band that I have an album from out of those is Chateau. Put that one at the side, actually. That's not going down. Spin that one next, because I cannot remember many of those songs. Venom black metal, a band I avoided like the plague for years because I believed all the hype that they were a black metal band, and clearly they're not. They are new wave of British heavy metal, and at the most extreme at this stage, proto thrash. I love this album. It's great. It's raw. I love the photos on the back. It's brilliant. Early Venom is hard to beat. Absolutely fantastic. And the last one we have from 1982, last but not least, Virgin Steel. Debut album on Music for Nations label. And this is great. I like Virgin Steel. The Rhett Forrester, David DeFeast, Jack Starr. Obviously, he had a good solo career as well. And, absolutely fantastic album. And it's Music for Nations #1, the first album that was released on that label. One of my favourites. Thank you as always for watching. That is the even years from the 80s all done. Moving on to the odd years next. Wonder which year that'll be. Let me know in the comments what your favourites are from 82. What classics am I missing? I don't think I have too many more on CD from that year, so let me know what you think. Always love chatting with you in the comments. Thanks for watching, and thanks for subscribing and liking and all that stuff. See you again soon.